Start streaming. Hello, hello. Okay, it says we have an excellent connection, but I don't believe it. Let's see if we can go back. Go to Rex Reds. Welcome, people. My name is Rex Red, and we are going to troubleshoot and make sure we have good. I think we do.
Hello. Okay, it says we have an excellent connection.
Okay. So we have good audio now, and we have an excellent connection. All right. So this is my synthesizer here, and we have what I'm going to show you is how to use Arcade by output. Okay, Arcade is an instrument. All different DAWs call them different things. A tone generator, an instrument, a synthesizer. Okay, but what you do, some of them call them VSTs, like V as in Victor, S as in Sam, T as in Tom, VSTs, and some of them call them plugins. Okay. But what they do is basically they are like a plugin that that works with every DAW, and a DAW is your digital audio workstation. It's the place where you create music, and so this particular one is called Arcade. So what I'm going to do is start a new project. Now, if you don't have 48 and 24 here, what you do is you close Cakewalk, you reopen it, and then instead of using this right here, you close that down and you go File, New, all right? And then you go into this bit depth of 24 and 48. That's what I use for a project, and you create a name. Let's call this output. Okay, you click and so and then you click OK. Now if this doesn't show up with 48 and 24, you have to go into your audio interface. It's kind of like your printer dialog box, but it's for your audio interface. And you have to, before you open Cakewalk, and sometimes you have to close things like Voice Meter, and you have to close other programs that are open. And then you go into your audio interface and you set the bit rate and the kilohertz to 48 kilohertz and 24-bit. I don't think you have to set the bit rate in there, just the kilohertz. And you might even have to go into the Windows properties down here and right click, and you have to go into the properties. But okay, and I'm kind of off on a tangent, but this is just because I know the people that are trying to figure this out, a lot of them are beginners. So I'm just going to give you just that little bit of information. Okay. So now you have an audio track and a MIDI track here. You don't use them, okay? You could just delete them, all right, for now. So let's get rid of them, okay? You don't use them, all right? This is how you do it. So you go up to Insert, and you go to Soft Synth. Now, this is after you've installed output, okay? And you should see it, okay? When you go, once you've installed it on your computer, it should know how to put its VST into your Cakewalk VST folder, okay? It should look for your Cakewalk and put it there. If not, then you'll have to go up into the utilities here and go to Cakewalk Plugin Manager, and you go to Options here, and you'll have to find out where it put those VSTs and add that folder so that Cakewalk can see the VST folder. And when you install output, it should tell you where it's trying to put it, okay? Write it down, okay? So when it's installing, write down where it's putting the plugin folders, the plugin files, okay? And if it's not in this list, then you have to add it, okay? So once you'll know it's installed correctly, because when you click on Insert Soft Synth, you will find it here in this output. And you might have to change the layouts here, like this by category. I go by manufacturer, but you can sort by type. But if you go into Soft Synth and you select plugin layout by manufacturer, it'll look like this, okay? And you'll find you won't have as many things in here possibly, but you'll see output here, and you click arcade, all right? Then this window pops up, and this is what you want. You want these things checked, okay? You want MIDI source, synth track folder, first synth audio output, and synth property page. And then this one, recall, and those ones they're checked, but I don't really know what they do. But the ask every time means yes, you want to be ask every time that you create a synth, because for any time you create a synth in Cakewalk, you are open, insert an instrument in Cakewalk, you need these 4 boxes checked, okay? Now you can get by without this one checked, okay, the synth property page, but these ones you have to have checked, okay? So then you click OK. And what happens is the arcade, that last one that said you don't have to have it checked, this arcade window pops up. That's your synth window, okay? Now, I'll just show you an example also. Now, if I were to go insert Soft Synth and say, let's insert Dimension Pro, it's going to insert 3 tracks. And so because these are the 3 tracks, plus it's going to open the property page. So this opened the property page for Dimension Pro. And then if I were to just do another insert, and like say insert another sub, let's insert Addictive drums. Okay, we have all 3 of those. It pops up again, and then you have your synth property page. And this is, just a moment, Addictive drums is pretty big. This is Addictive drums, synth property page, okay? So I'm going to delete. Now, for each one of these instruments, okay, it created 3 tracks. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, okay? Now, one of them is just a folder, okay? This top one, it just holds these 2 bottom tracks, okay? And this one is just a folder, and it holds these 2 tracks. And this one is just a folder, and it holds these 2 tracks. So that kind of makes it easy for you to because they're all inside of this folder, which makes it easy. Now, if I want to delete these, okay, these synth tracks, you go View, and you go to Synth Rack, okay? And your Synth Rack comes way over here, okay? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to minimize that, and I'm going to pull this synth rack up so I can see it. And as you'll see, I have 3 different instruments here, okay? And my back is itching me, so I have to get out my handy dandy back scratcher. And okay, so you're going to see these 3 instruments show up here, okay? And let's just, for a quick moment, all right, so you'll see them show up here, and I can click on it and right-click here and say Delete Synth, and you say Delete Associated Tracks. That deletes the track, the MIDI track, and deletes all the tracks in here also, okay? So you click Delete, it gets rid of the synth, and it gets rid of all the tracks that are with it, okay? Right, and I can click on this one, and a good way to know if you're clicking on the right thing is like to select mute, and then you'll know that's mute. Like if I have a bunch of dimension tracks and I don't really know which one's which, then if I mute this, okay, it shows that it's muted, and I say, oh, that's the one, that's it. So I go delete synth, and that deletes that track, okay? I hope you're with me now. Now, as you can see, when I inserted this, when you go insert soft synth, and we go to, let's say addictive drums, okay? When this popped up, okay, this is what these things mean, okay? The MIDI source, there is your MIDI source, okay? This bottom track, okay? Synth track folder, that's the thing up top that both of these are inside of, okay? So it creates a folder and puts them in it, okay? And then the first audio output is this one, okay? So this is your MIDI, and this is the track here that gives you the sound of the MIDI, okay? So your MIDI is in here, and it plays, and it sends that sound out to here, okay, to this track, okay? So when I click OK, now this last one here, when I click OK, that is this, okay? That's this. If you didn't have that last box checked, this wouldn't pop up, okay? But it's okay if you don't want to check it, but I would suggest to check it. But if you don't want it checked, you can just double click on that and it will pop up, okay? And the same here, you double click on that part and arcade pops up, okay? So this is the synth property page. This is how you control the synth and tell the synth which sound you want it to use, okay? So now this, okay, so now I'm going to go back to, now I have Addictive Drums here again. I'm going to go back into the Synth Rack, and I'm going to delete that synth, okay? All right, so now we have another thing. And I don't know why Cakewalk does this. I guess they do it to just simplify things, but it's a real headache for beginners because they don't, if you don't know this, all of your properties are hidden. Now, when I click on the bottom and there's like this little icon pops up here, I'll do that again. You see, they're all together now, right here. Now, if I get in the middle here and drag down, okay, I can drag these properties, okay? And if I get here and drag that down, I can see these properties. So I can see the properties of the MIDI track, and I can see the properties of the audio. Like I said, the MIDI's going to play here, but it's going to send the audio into here, and the audio is going to play here, okay? But the thing is that all of your properties here are not showing up, okay? And so to get all the properties to show up for this track, you have to go up in here and select, click on that little drop down here, and then select all. And then voila, look at this. All you can't make music without these things here, okay? So you have to, every time you open Cakewalk and start a new project, you have to come in here and select all. I don't know why it comes. Well, the reason why it comes into custom, it's like, oh, look how little these things, look how small it is. You know, it's hidden, and you literally cannot make music without these showing here, okay? I mean, I guess you could use the console view and everything, but this is, you have to have these things showing here, okay? So, as I said, that you can bring up your synth properties by clicking this little box here, okay? So when I click on that, arcade pops up, okay? So now we get rid of the credits, okay? And in order for arcade to work, you have to download some kits or some loops, okay? And these are loops, and these are single loops, I guess, or and these are kits. And I guess loops are just they play over and over, they loop and everything. And kits are sounds that don't necessarily loop. Okay. Now you will notice that with your membership, comes probably thousands of different kits and loops. Okay. And I'm going to start with the kits. Okay. So, Love Addict. That's a good one. That describes me. Where did that go? All right, so we'll click on that, and it gives you just this one topic, brings you up all of these different from me. Let's do that. Let's try this. I have no idea what this is, but when I click on that from me, it disappears, moves away somewhere where I can't find it now. Oh, okay, let's just try a different one then. In you. Let's try that. Jeez, this is jumping all over. Okay. So what I'm going to do is click this button. This is the way to do it, all right? And what that does is it downloads those sounds to your some arcade folder probably on your computer when it installed, okay? It downloads that. Then you click it again and you click play, all right? And what happens is arcade opens up this particular sound. Me, need me, tell me, you need me, tell me, it's true. Okay, so these are apparently they are vocal things. Okay, now how do I get out of here? All right. Well, I can just now. These are other ones. Okay. Menu. Okay. I can't figure out how to get back out of here. Browse. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna go back to kits, and we're gonna try a different kit. Let's go to organic. Well, now we have these things up here. Let's try pop. New. Let's try communion. And let's just try it. Okay, now I'm going to click play again. And you're going to see the same thing comes up again. All right, so okay, that's pretty. All right, so let's go with this one. Now this one is all right, did I change this? Okay, so we found something that we kind of like. So we'll now you go close that down, all right? And you right click here and you click view piano roll. And then your piano roll is going to open up. And as you see when I click on these, they're the same. This is the same keyboard that was there, and I believe it was And there's our notes. So what I'm going to do is create a note here. And click play. Okay, and then we go it again. Let's see. Now, I'm not sure I like the second half of that. Let's see if we can do it this way. Yeah, we can. So we just do... Okay, so so we have a sound. And now, and what's happening now, as I said, okay, so those are those notes, and then what I can do is right-click on this and click Groove Clip Looping, and then I can do this, and it will just copy them as many times as I need. Okay, so now, like I said, this is your MIDI track. Okay, so it appears to be... Now what I'm going to do is move this to the beginning. So there's one measure before it comes in. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3. Oh, we want one measure. That's 2. Now, like I said, this is playing the MIDI track, and you've got this volume and pan and velocity, okay? You don't touch them. You leave them the way they are, okay? You could theoretically mess with velocity, but that's for another tutorial. Just leave those alone, okay? If you want to change the volume of it, because like I said, the MIDI is coming out and it's coming into this track, okay? And if you want to change the volume of this track, you do it here, okay? So okay, and here's where you pan. Alright, and if you double click up there, it will go back to its original sound, okay? So now I'm going to go in and like insert. Now let's go to Dimension Pro, and let's pick a synth, a pad. Okay. Let's now go here to gain and bring that up a little bit, and let's bring this gain down a little bit so they're balanced. Okay, and we got to find out what key this is now. Dun, da, da. So you have to be in here to play the synth. Okay, so I'm going to move this camera down a little bit. Okay, so we go now, and so what I'm going to do is turn on record here. Alright, that was terrible recording. We're going to do that. Edit, undo. I wasn't ready. Alright, so we go in here. And I just wanted to kind of show you how you kind of add stuff to this. So so now we go to process, quantize to, I'd say quarters. Alright, so now let's make sure that we have all of our, now this is where you change your velocities. Okay, so I'm going to hold right click, middle mouse button, and I'm going to switch this to line, and then I'm going to hold the shift key, I believe it is, yes, and then I'm going to drag across here and then let off the mouse button, and that turns all of those into the same. Now, if you notice, they don't have the correct endings. So I'm going to take all these. I'll edit, undo. Go back to this and select them all. And now I'm going to go back to process and quantize. And I'm going to go note durations, and I'm going to do those to 16th, I guess. Let's see what that does. Yeah, now I have a few that are off, so I'll come in here and mess with them by hand. I guess we can do that. Now we go here. Oop. I guess it's not 16th. Oh, this is whole notes. Okay, let's go to 16th. I think I have an extra note here. Okay. This didn't quite work. Now let's go here to snap to grid. Pull that all the way over so that the it's more precise. Now let's go here and open this up so we can look at this a little better. Now obviously, okay, so this is not there. Let's bring these up to our 16th note. Let's do this a little bit more. Okay, so I think 16th would be fine here. And sometimes you just got to get tedious and get down and dirty and edit these things by hand. So I could probably replace do a replace command, but we're fine here. Okay, let's get these parts done. And I think this will work, I hope. This here, there. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, so now we go here to make sure this is here at the final beat. And then we right click on this and groove clip looping. Now I can make this big long piece here. It'll repeat it. Alright, so we save this. So now we have a nice little pad in our song. And now insert, I'm going to open up Splice. And let's find a nice little drum beat for this. Where are you, Splice? Open up, it's down here. Okay, we're going to go into Splice. This is another program that you can rent. This is a little bit different than that. It's not an actual VST that's inside, but it does sort of connect into Facebook. Let's go to Instruments and Drums. Well, that one will work. Let's drag that into here. Alright, and edit. I don't want to do that. Undo, drag, move. Okay. Now let's pull this down a little bit. Like that. Let's bring this so we can see what we're doing. And now, this is where the fun comes in. Let's see. Okay. So this is obviously faster than I want it to be. So what I'm going to do is click the middle mouse button, and I believe it's in here where it says stretch. Okay, and I have to turn off this groove clip looping. Okay, but it sounds like it's right, but it's not. And that's why I have stretch on. So I believe this is going to be 4 beats, so we're going to stretch this till it goes to here. Okay, now I don't think we can do it that quick here. We could theoretically, but okay. So what I'm going to do is, because that sounds a little bit slow, let me see. I guess that's okay. Now this is why we have all this turned on, because you can see this is too loud. So okay, so then what you do is you take this right here. I'm going to get out of that stretch tool, go to this tool, select that, hold the Control and Shift key at the same time, and drag this over. Oop, and it doesn't usually work the first time. It's kind of a bug in Cakewalk. It's like I was holding those buttons, but it didn't work. And you just drag and copy them. Make sure you line them up right to the measures, or it's not going to sound right. Okay. I don't. Okay, let's see. Okay, So now, that's, you know, pretty much how I use our arcade. Now there is now the thing is you could just make a song that goes like this. Now what's going on in my brain right now is a bass. Okay, so you have to have a bass. Okay, you have to have something down in the lower thing, and what I'm hearing is a fretless bass here. Okay, so now we have another track here. I like the lower bass better. So this is way, way, way down here in the lower bass range. Okay. So we go rewind. Alright, we're going to try that again. Edit. Okay, so now so what we're going to do is now line these up, grab them all, and process, quantize to the whole notes, I guess they are. Let's do that. Edit. Undo. I don't want to undo quantize. Process, quantize. Let's undo this note duration thing. Now what I want to do again now is go back to this line thing, straight line, and get all of my, bring that to 64 again. Hold the shift key and bring this back to 64. So you bring them all, it draws a line and brings them all to 64 so that they have the exact. Alright, now we have a problem. Okay, this is something we're going to have to go into anyway, but I have to draw a 0 here so that it zeroes out the note. Now we're going to draw this. We're going to go up into this 16ths here, and I'm going to go to try 64 here. Oh, we don't want line. I think I have a line. We're going to go to here. Oh, we still have a line for some reason, because it didn't select. Alright, so I'm going to add another note here. So this is to record sound on sound, so it will add it to it instead of... Okay, try again. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is select this whole group and bounce it together. And so now when I double click here, they're all set, those other notes that I just put in. I'm going to grab them and process, quantize. We're going to do the same thing to the whole notes. And I do want these to stick out a little bit beyond this. So let's go to like this, this, and this. Okay. What do we got here? Okay, I'm not sure if I've got my drums right. I may have missed something here on that second. Now what we do is go here. Let's go now to our whole note again. And I'm going to just drag that here, and we're going to go to this one here. We're going to drag this here. Then I right click on this and groove clip looping. And I think it worked. Doesn't it sound like those are coming? Yeah, so this is now repeating. And so I can take this drum beat here and just grab all of these now, hold the shift and control, drag them over. And so now you're gonna want something to and the same here, and the same with our pad. Just basically drag them out. All right, so okay, this, I think that's pretty much gonna. Now arcade is a complex thing. Okay, so if I insert another arcade, soft synth, another arcade, synth properties page, we want all that stuff there again. Now kits, and which one was this? Let's go back here and find out which one we used. It's called Distant Voices. Okay, so somewhere in here in our kits, we should have this distance voices. Search. Distant voices. And this is in communion, play. And now all right, let's now go into here instead of. Then what we're going to do is start another one here. Click on this here, right click in here, view, piano roll. I want to get to a place where there is no, okay, so we're going to take this and drag it down. Edit, undo. That's not, okay, this. Okay, so okay, so we go okay, so now you can see we have an alternative. So we're going to go here. We'll do this for 4 measures. Or I guess 8 measures. Okay, that's 8 measures. Bring this in. And then we come here, we do this for 8 measures. go here, this, like this, another 8, and then this, select this, and then we bring this another, oh, edit, undo, not that mess, save this. Okay, we're going to bring this another, let's see where that ends. Okay, let's drag this track up so we can kind of measure them together. Want that right in there. Okay. Alright, then what we're going to do is the next one, we're going to do them both together. Like this. Probably going to be like, oops, see, I'm using the MIDI. You got to use it. Now you're going to get them both. Okay, and then you go back to this. Okay, so now once you get this the way you want it, now why do I have 2 there, okay, and it looks like it just did that same really weird thing of not copying things. So now what you do is you freeze these tracks, because if you notice there's kind of like a little weird thing going on where they're not showing up, where they're not sounding. Okay, so you freeze the tracks. There's one track, and right now you should have words popping in your head. Okay, what's this song about? Okay, and I really haven't had a chance to think about it, but it needs some words. And now if I go here and I freeze this pad, this is all MIDI, and MIDI is can be a little bit sluggish, and so you freeze the track into audio. So you take it from the MIDI and it mutes the MIDI track and gives you your audio, and then it's going to be precise. Okay. Let's see if these are starting in exactly the right place here. Now the drum beat. Okay, there's something wrong with the drum beat here. Okay, so we're gonna, oh, that's the pad. I didn't mean to do that. Edit, undo. All right, it's this one here. I do something, I can just see it's wrong. Okay. It's off by smidgen. Okay, this one's the one off. Okay. This one doesn't sound right. Now it sounds right. How is that keep switching on me? Okay. All right. Now something's wrong there again. Oh. I know what I'm doing. Oh, this is a wave file. Yeah, that's right. Okay, let's go here then. Get rid of these. Make sure these are correct, all correct before I get copying them. I'm sure I fixed those. Alright, I think. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this right here. What instead, because this. Alright, make sure this is coming at the beginning of the beat. Now bounce it to clips. Alright, that freezes that at that size. Then I can right click and groove clip loop and then do this little magic thing again. And that's how you fix that. Bass. This is drums. Drum loop. Those are arcade 1 and arcade 2. Now you're gonna have them both. Okay, so basically then this goes like this. Okay, we go like this here. And we take this and we copy it and bring that there. And so this all copies again. It goes. Take this whole thing here like that, which is not what we want to do. Edit, undo. So I'm going to grab this whole section here. Bring that out. Drag this. Now a song is usually not more than edit undo. We're going to grab, we'll take this right here, group clip looping. I can't do that. Edit undo group clip looping. So we undo this, bring that out. This is a synth. Okay, that's a synth. Oh, this is complicated. Synth, that's just a wave track. Okay, that's not a MIDI track. Okay, wait, the synth was a MIDI track. What happened to it? Okay, that's the drum loop. Okay, this is our synth track pad. Okay, we're gonna call this, do this here, because that's already, okay, copy, paste. All right, this is our pad here. Okay, so we're gonna undo the pad, make that a little bit longer. Okay, now that I've got the drum beat fixed, I don't have to worry so much about my MIDI. I can freeze it later. So this is oh, we have that soloed. What happened? Oh, we got to start it from the beginning. What happened to our bass? We lost our zero note. What? Why won't you let me put a zero in there? Okay. Because this is a loop. In the loop, I started the loop. Okay, we go here. Right click, groove clip looping. Now let's go here. Now it should let me. Why can't I insert an event here? Edit undo. Okay, we're going to go back to 64 here. Now go back to velocity. A lot of these have changed on me. I'd like to bring these up. Okay, I haven't really figured out yet again what I'm going to do. I'm going to click on this and see if I can get groove clip looping and see if this will loop now. Go here. Yeah, that's looping. Let's loop this out to over 100. Okay. Okay, so now, you know, I'm going to embellish other things. I might add a choir. I might add oohs and ahs. Here, I might, you know, this, but the big thing right now that this needs is words. Now, I could also come in and add more of these arcade elements. So because they were made to all fit together. Okay, so if I take and turn this off, I can bring arcade back just to make sure I get the right arcade. Now, what's nice about this is I'm going to leave this the way it is. Now that is in the key of G major. All right, so we come and open insert, another arcade. Make sure all of the things are, it remembers it from project to project. So once you set those, you won't have to set them again. So let's go to the Angelic Forest. Now we want this in the key of G. G major. Okay. So let's come down in here and right click here, view, piano roll, come into here. let's get this to, we had that problem before, it's not being quite on. All right, so now we have another little sound coming in. All right, now little pieces like this can add just a little bit of texture. Insert. Now let's go back to Soft Synth Arcade. I think we're again in G major. I gotta remember that. Now let's see what else there is. Let's you can just kind of those are see what this is right here is it gives you kind of a little bit of a sampling of everything that's in that particular kit. Okay. Okay, I think I can use some of this. First thing we're going to do is switch this to G so we can tell if it's going to work. All right, we might try some of that. Let's see, now we're going to go right here again. Right click, I'm not too thrilled with it, but let's see, right click, you know, it's beautiful sound, it's got its places, but is it going to work in this song? That's what I'm saying. It's not that it's not they're not beautiful sounds. All right, so I'm going to click on this. All right. Now we're going to try something really funky. I'm going to click on this W here and open up Arcade. And here. Now let's see what happens when I play this. That didn't work, so we're going to go up here instead. does now? It automates that. Okay. Now what it did was it created these two, this line and this line that I can actually edit by hand. Okay. So, all right. I'm going to end this here. And you pretty much get the idea of what you can do with Arcade. Now then you want to unclick that, and we could turn that off because that didn't work. And then we have also with this sound, we have the speaker. Alright, so we can turn this back on. Okay, see how that works? Now we have 4 lines. We go back in here and turn that off now so we don't accidentally record more, but and you can edit these by hand. You can turn that snap off. Now when I go here and hit freeze and freeze the track, it freezes that sound the way it was. So it's no longer using these anymore. It's just playing the sound after those were applied, okay? And now I can add things like reverb to it. And I can add things like delay, or like this really cool Cakewalk chorus flanger. So you get the idea. So I think that should help you with Arcade to do this. Watch this video 100 times and you will learn how to use Arcade, okay? Because if you pretty much follow the path that I just went through, you'll get it, okay? And so if you watch this video a few times, you won't miss some of this stuff, okay? Because I just showed you a lot of stuff, okay? I hope this is helpful. This video, I hope this is helpful in understanding how to use Arcade by output. And if you learned something from this video, if you don't mind, please give it a like. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to my channel, and you will get. And if you click the bell next to the subscribe button, you will get notifications when I am making another video or song or something like this. Okay? Take care. Thank you for watching. I will be back again in another video. Take care. This is Rex Red saying so long for now. I will see you again soon. Alrighty. Bye-bye.